Welcome back to Good Ones In, guys. We got another reaction video today. We're watching the Minnesota Miracle.
We're watching this deep rewind that shout out to the secret base to be doing these cool videos. So we're just gonna check it out.
And I just want to say, I am like a huge Saints fan, so this shit pissed me off.
We're in Minneapolis for an incredibly close divisional round playoff game between the hometown Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Minnesota has 10 seconds to score any sort of points. Easier said than done from their own 39 with no timeouts. If the Saints prevent that, they're heading to their first NFC Championship game since winning it all in 2009. In order to appreciate what comes next, let's look at who stepped up to get these teams here. How New Orleans went from being blown out to now seconds away from victory. And why everyone here hoping for a miracle likely knows better. Let's rewind. Minnesota needs points however they can get them. And right now, their hopes rest with Case Keenum.
Who is their QB at this time?
A fairly surprising
Case Keenum.
hero.
It's not comfortable. I don't really know it.
Door at the quarterback position for the last few years. And unfortunately, each QB has gotten their leg caught in that door. When Teddy Bridgewater led Minnesota to a division title in 2015, the QB looked to be the new face of the franchise. But a year later, with hopes on the rise, Bridgewater had a disastrous knee injury during training camp. That sent a good team scrambling to remain good, which sent first and fourth round picks to Philly for Sam Bradford. And honestly, Minnesota's front office looked like geniuses through 5 weeks. Bradford played well, the defense did their thing, and then the wheels froze off after their bye week. During a historically brutal single-season collapse, one bright spot was that Bradford, a talented passer synonymous with knee injury, finished the year unscathed. Minnesota spent the offseason improving the O-line, part of which simply meant getting healthy. Then got the future of the ground game in the second round of the draft. While injuries are often the biggest if for the Vikings heading into 2017, it looked like if they stayed healthy, this could be a dangerous team. But like I said, big if. An impressive week 1 proved too much for Bradford's knee. In his place stepped Case Keenum. Prior to this season, Keenum was best known for his time at U of H. In Houston, he threw the ball nonstop, broke pretty much every collegiate passing record he could, and stuck around 6 years, so you know the guy's pretty smart. The smart guy's intro to the NFL could have gone better. He bounced between the Texans and Rams with mixed results, and that's what Minnesota got out of Keenum for the first few weeks. Everything changed in week 5, though. Bradford came back, but couldn't make it to halftime. After Keenum stepped in and led Minnesota to a win, an MRI showed Bradford's knee needed a scope, which meant injured reserve, which meant this was Keenum's team, or almost. As Bridgewater remained on the mend, the Vikings treated the QB spot as a week-to-week sort of thing, even as Keenum led Minnesota to an 8-game winning streak. He won NFC Player of the Week honors, which turned into becoming the NFC Player of the Month. If you're into numbers, those also said Keenum played pretty well. His career year helped fuel a Vikings 13-win season that earned them the NFC's 2 seed. Now, admittedly, the Vikings defense really controlled things, as they had the last few years. With Pro Bowlers at every level, it didn't matter what opposing offenses tried to do, Minnesota could stop it. Really, these guys had just been waiting around for some consistency out of the offense. The fact that it all came together with Keenum, plus a ground game of Latavius Murray and Jerick McKinnon, who filled in for Dalvin Cook after an injury spoiled the rookie's great start to the year, well, the word surprising comes to mind. Now, the fact that they find themselves here, a divisional playoff game still with an ounce of life, it's also got a lot to do with who Keenum's able to throw to, but we'll get to that. Because while the Vikings offense has been a pleasant surprise this year, the Saints defense has possibly been an even bigger one.
Whoa! Oh, I'm looking for coupon codes.
Well, I just want to say, let's say he's a fucking dumbass.
Just watch the video.
All he had to do was wait for him to land, and he just shove him out of bounds.
And
their secondary best captures how the defense has changed the Saints' fortune. They've got DBs P.J. Williams and Ken Crawley cheating towards the sideline, both in their second year of action. There's the rookie Pro Bowler, Marshawn Lattimore, manning the opposite side of the field. And for security, Von Bell in his second season, plus another rookie in Marcus Williams, watch from the safety positions.
And they were all first or second year.
But the two rookies specifically have given reason for folks in New Orleans to be excited for what's to come. The Saints took Lattimore 11th overall in the 2017 draft. Then, 31 picks later, they snagged Williams. While the former Buckeye looked like a foundation piece at corner, folks definitely weren't sleeping on Williams at safety. In college, he showed a knack for finding the ball, as well for making some highlight reel hits when given the chance. Williams' play leading up to the season even had his head coach sounding giddy. Along with Lattimore, Williams became a Week 1 starter, which meant his first action in the NFL came against these Vikings. And the first tackle he was credited with in his career came against Stephon Diggs. Regardless of it being pretty far onto the sidelines, Williams, Lattimore, and the rest of the secondary helped propel a defensive youth movement in New Orleans. They've been the inverse of Minnesota the last few years. One of the league's best offenses that got repeatedly dragged down to 7-9 by their defense. But in 2017, Lattimore led New Orleans in interceptions with Williams right behind him. The duo alone matched how many picks the entire Saints defense came down with a year earlier. And earlier tonight, the rookie safety continued to make an impact. At the end of the third quarter, Williams flew in to pick off a ball Keenum heaved into the air for Diggs.
That's a crazy action.
That play, sandwiched between Saints touchdowns, helped turn today into a close, great game. This score once looked like we were on the way to a Vikings win that would fall somewhere between comfortable and blowout. And to fully appreciate how we got here, we need to look at what these fans have been through, both with today's roller coaster and, okay, here's the part where we jump pretty far back. So the Minnesota Vikings. They won the NFL championship in 1969, but lost the Super Bowl that followed. A couple years later, they went on a run and made 3 of 4 straight Super Bowls, but they lost each time by double digits. They couldn't even manage a first half point in any of those 4 games. In the 1975 divisional round, Minnesota was on the receiving end of the Hail Mary. In the late 90s, the Vikings ascended one of the NFL's greatest teams ever. But their 15-1 season is best remembered for a field goal in the conference championship that could have given Minnesota an insurmountable lead, but Gary Anderson's miss instead gave the Falcons life, which Atlanta turned into an overtime victory. A couple seasons later, they came nowhere near as close. In 2010, they faced New Orleans of all teams in the NFC Championship. Tied late but on the cusp of field goal range, Brett Favre threw an interception that sent things to overtime where, again, the Vikings didn't win. And most recently, the 2015 Vikings season ended on a shocking field goal miss from 27 yards out that would have won it for Minnesota. So, talking about memorable moments from Vikings postseason history, there's a lot of stinkers. And for a while tonight, it felt like the Minnesota locals were guaranteed a reprieve. The Vikings rolled out to a 17-0 lead. Keenum had the offense cruising, getting everyone involved while the Minnesota defense clamped down on the Saints. When New Orleans finally put a drive together, Anthony Barr picked 3s off in the red zone to keep the first half shutout alive. But the teams had a complete role reversal after the break. Michael Thomas, the second-year wideout having a breakout season in New Orleans, caught just 2 passes in the first half. He had 3 on the Saints' first drive of the third quarter alone, including the touchdown that got New Orleans on the board. And with a short field following Williams' interception, Breeze once again found Thomas to suddenly make it a 3-point game. The Vikings doubled their lead, but with 5.5 minutes to play, this crowd was yet again gifted a roller coaster ride that started with the Saints blocking a Minnesota punt. 4 plays later, thanks to rookie do-it-all superstar Alvin Kamara, the Saints took their first lead of the game with 3 minutes to go.
2017?
Minnesota responded with a 90-second-yard hero. Ty Forbath put the Vikings field goal woes in the past with a 53-yarder to retake the lead. The Saints got the ball back down 2 with a minute 29 left. Breeze quickly got them going, but after waltzing into Vikings territory, it all came down to 1 play. 4th down, 10 yards to go for the Saints season to stay alive. Welcome to a moment so not yet, but Breeze did find Willie Snead and they kept the drive going. With under 45 seconds left, the Vikings defense needed to return to form and make a stop. New Orleans got in field goal range, picked up a few smaller chunks, but faced a 3rd and 1. With Alvin Kamara in the backfield, who in his rookie year as a runner had never lost yards when facing 1 yard to go, Minnesota's defense did this. New Orleans elected to kick, retaking the lead, but still giving Minnesota some hope. 3 lead changes in just 2.5 minutes. For the Saints, this sort of wild ending in the playoffs also isn't anything new, just lately they're used to being on the shitty side of it. Their 3 playoffs since winning the Super Bowl have ended thanks to the Beastquake in 2011. Then a year later, a 49ers touchdown with just 9 seconds left knocked them out. And in 2014, Marcus Colston decided to try and keep a play alive instead of going out of bounds, only for the lateral to not exactly be a lateral.
Wow, straightforward.
I know.
No, that was like 5 yards up. Also, that was 2014 and the quality was like that?
I know, that was
crazy.
We know who stepped up to get them this far. We know who will be trying to prevent it. We know what everyone watching has been through. But if the Vikings are going to pull this off, there are 2 guys Keenum will likely be relying on. To his left is Adam Thielen. Like his quarterback, Thielen went undrafted and picked 2017 to have a career year. He easily became Keenum's favorite target, which Thielen turned into a Pro Bowl season. The downside of that is, one play earlier, the Saints showed how much respect they were giving him. As Thielen worked his way up the field, Lattimore stuck between him and the sideline, while Bell doubled from up top. So, realistically, if anyone's going to get open for Minnesota, it'll be someone from the bunch to Keenum's right. And the most likely target here would be Stephon Diggs. Diggs is a great receiver who seems to be capable of anything on the football field, but he's had some handicaps throughout his time playing. As one of the nation's top recruits in his high school class, Diggs decided to stay local for college, passing up the spotlight or QB talent that some of his other options offered. Still, Diggs had an absurd freshman year that put him on par with some Maryland all-time greats. But a broken leg derailed year 2, then more of his time during the junior season hurt the receiver's draft stock. Compared to Thielen, though, the Vikings shelled out by using a 5th-round pick on the receiver in 2015. Those who worked with Diggs knew that the receiver could be something special, which was great news for the Vikings, who had an air attack that needed some work. As a rookie, despite starting just 9 games, Diggs easily led the team in receiving. A year later, with the emergence of Thielen, he helped give the Vikings their most productive receiving duo since their last NFC Championship appearance. And in 2017, Diggs scored more touchdowns than in his first 2 years combined, 2 of which came week 1 against the Saints. The tricky thing about this offense, though, is even with a talented pair of wideouts, big plays just haven't been there. When they have managed to make splash plays in the receiving game, it's usually come off screens, or from these guys doing most of the damage after catching a quick pass. And although they had success with big games against the Saints in week 1, there are 2 major differences. First, the Saints defense has come a long way since opening day. And second, Bradford started that game, but when he exited the season, the deep ball went with him. So, right now would be a pretty good time for Minnesota to overcome that. It would require Keenum's career year to have just a little magic left. It would wash away any talks of a postseason curse in Minnesota. Or if the young Saints secondary does their job, it could add to the list of crushing Minnesota exits and propel an exciting Saints team to their first NFC Championship since their Super Bowl season. To do that, the New Orleans defense will need to shut down some special players. Vikings down 1, 10 seconds left, a trip to the NFC Championship up for grabs. With the help of Paul Allen, KFAN's voice of the Vikings, welcome to a moment in history.
Marshawn Lattimore, 12 yards from Allen. Pace on a deep drop, steps up in the pocket. He'll fire to the right side, caught by Diggs.
I'm getting heated again just watching this stupid shit. Why did he dive underneath him? Stand there, grab him and fall.
Could you imagine how good it felt to be like Stephon Diggs in that moment? Like, bro.
Like you catch it and you turn, you see no one.
All I'm gonna say, hey, I'm glad they didn't I mean, obviously they weren't gonna win.
Yeah.
But Oh my god, dude. He literally. So Stephon Diggs jumps, right? And he knows there's 10 seconds left. Why did he dive underneath him? There was no point. No point at all. Either wait and push him out of bounds, or wait, wrap up, and tackle him. That's it. That shit got me pressed as fuck.
I don't watch football, but that was beautiful.
That was beautiful.
He jumped in and went back there, bro.
I got the Saints on my fucking keychain, dog. That shit made me cry. I was so sad.
Bruh, nah, that was hella dope though.
Yeah. It's cool, like, seeing, like, how everything led up to that.
Wait,
like,
so-
all the shit they've been through.
So the purple guy was the Vikings he scored.
Yes, Stephon Diggs.
So that's what made him sad.
Yeah, exactly.
He likes the Saints.
Exactly, yeah.
Why'd you break it down so simple?
Because I don't watch football. I didn't even
Football
know
for the Japanese, bro.
I didn't even know who were the teams. Like I saw the filler, I'm like, okay, that's the Vikings.
Yeah. But no, that was really dope. That was a crazy moment, honestly, at the time.
I'm gonna say it again, I'm just glad they fucked that shit up, because if they had went on to win, that would have been like, they just shit in the Saints' face. Like,
I mean, they still, like, the Saints had a good chance to win if they advanced.
Yeah, that's true.
dude, that's what has, dude.
Cause like,
That whole situation was like just fucked. Like the Saints had it.
And Minnesota just went and got smacked by Philly the next, like literally it was like
Yeah.
they dropped. They
They
lost by,
did
like damn near 35.
Oh,
They
that
did
was-
that
that
just to
was-
lose next game.
That was the year Philadelphia beat the Patriots, right?
Yeah. So yeah. Guys, thank y'all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Just something new, you know, diversifying our channel. Hope y'all tune in and subscribe down below, and let us know what y'all think. Love y'all guys. We'll see y'all next time.
Hey, one more thing.
See ya.
Don't forget to share the video. Let's go to the channel together.
I'm saying.
Amen.
Bye.